Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé, let's watch. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. As I always say, everything that I say reacting to this and other shows is completely speculative based on very little information that the show deems to show us. All right, let's watch.
Let them say. I cannot stop them. If I stop them, it's going to be argument. It could be the last chance which we are getting in order to prove my parents that we are happy together. So just be happy, just be calm, be polite, and like, here we will try.
All right, so this is good that they're having this conversation. She is asking him, please don't throw me under the bus. If they attack me, don't essentially agree with your parents against me. And he's saying, look, this might be the only chance we have to go down a road of acceptance with my parents. And so it might be a better idea if we just do everything we possibly can to make them feel comfortable. Even if we don't want to, we'll just agree with everything that they say. It's just for a weekend, so or a couple days, and that's what he's saying. You know, I see both sides, and maybe Jenny's convinced that if she, you know, allows herself to be thrown under the bus a few times, maybe she'll get what she wants in the end, which is acceptance into the family. I don't know. I mean, it's a terrible position to put Jenny in, right? It's just ridiculous.
ये डिजाइन है.
This shows all of our marks of our drinks.
साफ नहीं होता. सारे में निशान ऐसा लग रहा है गंदा कर रखा.
Okay. So if we're under normal circumstances, you'd say to your mother-in-law, so your house doesn't have any problems with it? Plus, like, we don't really care. How about a drink or something? But since they're on a mission here to appease and maybe get her to approve of the relationship, which I have to say is a ridiculous task that they have to and we don't even know if it's going to work, right? So, but if that's the idea, then the strategy might be for Jenny right now to say, you're right, and that's my bad, and I'm going to work on it. Let's see what happens.
Shall I?
This is where all the cooking happens.
अरे स्लिप पे यहाँ पे ये सब नहीं होना चाहिए. सब अपनी जगह सेट होना चाहिए. ये
I can't take it. It's Jenny's fault. One, that you have a right to walk into a grown woman's house, okay? If they were 14, maybe, still, and comment about this, and somehow it's Jenny's fault and not Sumit, that's not equal fault. Like, okay, fine, you're going to complain about someone else's house, you're going to comment, fine, but it's all Jenny's fault. Like, this is rubbing all of my feminist, issues wrong. How do I... It's rubbing my feminism wrong. No.
They're saying that nothing should be on the slab.
Clean, neat and clean.
Okay.
ये जो साफ करते हैं ना, इसको साथ के साथ सेट करके रखो.
Put everything away.
After you clean, then
Put it away up here.
Oh, I can't take it. So she's saying, after you clean, then put them away. No, duh. Sometimes you leave them out to let them dry, or you get around to it later. Well, let's see what Jenny, she's taking it well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny, कितना गंदा. सफाई नहीं करते हो? वो निकालो उसको. बाहर फेंक.
Jenny, can you bring?
Jenny's doing really well. She's fine. He heard her, I think she sighed a little bit, so she let out a little sigh. Now, again, maybe this is a culture. Let me know in the comments. Is it what you're? I know. So Japanese culture. I'm Japanese American. I'm fourth generation, so I'm 98% American culture, and well, maybe not that much, but anyway. Point is that I do remember from my grandparents telling me about the older generation, the generation that emigrated. My great-grandparents 120 years ago came over from Japan. And I do remember my grandma actually tells a story about how her mother-in-law was very hard on her. And maybe in Indian culture, there's a similar thing. Now, I will say that my grandma complained a little bit, and my grandfather, her husband, in the middle of the night, they lived in this small hut. Actually, I'll show a picture right here, if I remember to insert the picture. In Central Washington, they were farmers, as a lot of people were back then. And when my grandparents got married, they were early 20s, and there was no rooms in this farm shack, and so they just were behind a sheet. And the mother-in-law, my great grandmother, was really criticizing my grandma a lot. And then my grandma complained to her husband, and my grandfather was very quiet. He was very nice to his mom. He didn't know what to do. But in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m, 3 a.m, he just left in the middle of the night. He just woke up my grandma and said, "Pack your stuff, we're leaving." Essentially, like, we're not going to fight about it. There's not going to be any discussion, which, I'm guessing there could have been in a healthy way. But he's just like, if my mom's going to treat you badly and you don't like it, then I prioritize you. We're gone. So, and they never looked back. But anyway, so I can imagine that in some cultures, maybe Indian culture, it's very normal for the mom in this situation to feel like not only does she have the right to say something, but it's her duty to, make the daughter-in-law into a proper house person, which it's just like, ugh.
I don't know where the broom is.
It means you do not use the broom.
She's going through my kitchen and finding every single thing wrong, checking every corner, moving my stuff around, making me clean and sweep.
Okay.
ये अंदर रख देना।
So that's the strategy. Put up with it. Maybe this is a step in the right direction. You just have to put up with it for a couple days. Ugh.
डस्टबिन, मच्छर,
Oh, flies.
पूरे घर की सफाई, पूरे घर का मेंटेन रखना, ये हमारा डेली का काम है। एक सीखने की उम्र होती है, वो भी ढल चुकी है उसकी, नहीं कर पाएगी कुछ भी।
All right, so the mom is, because the whole question here is all this putting up with her crap going to help her to accept their relationship? And she just said that Jenny is past the age at which she can learn these things, and so it's doomed. So it's not encouraging. What would be a real tragedy is if Jenny goes through all this and the parents still don't accept her.
I'm happy to see the way the house is getting clean. I'm not saying Jenny don't do a good job, but my mom is asking her to do better than whatever she's doing.
Yeah, I haven't been showing these scenes, but there's this, side story about how he might secretly want his mom to kind of make Jenny into a proper submissive housewife who, cleans all the time and does all these sorts of things. And he, as you see the smile on his face, he's really enjoying this. But, and we haven't heard him complain about that in the past. I imagine that this isn't a huge thing to him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been in a relationship with Jenny this whole time. But it does illuminate a conflict, potentially. And, now, does he... Anyway, let's get back to watching.
I like it.
जेनी ये सब करना पड़ेगा।
Jenny,
What?
she's saying
Daily.
don't feel mad. This is...
No, it's...
बाहर निकालो कूड़ा।
Yikes. So do this. We're all going to stand here while you, the oldest person in this room, by the way, we're going to bark at you and tell you what to do. And Sumit isn't being nice. He's being nice. And then she can't protest. She can't say anything. She's got to smile. Thank you for telling me what to do. Yes, you are right. Thank you, everybody. Like, that's asking a lot and just awful. Like, ugh. I mean, it just is so gross and sexist, and it's weird how many scenes I've seen on this show, and this one is like the one that it's hard.
I just feel like this is going to ruin our relationship, and I wish that they would just leave now.
All right. I want to thank everyone out there who has liked this video or other videos or subscribed or commented below. It is absolutely super cool to, wake up in the morning and look at a video that we posted and to see people clicking the like button. I know that it's not much to click that button, but I don't know. It means a lot to me. It warms my heart. It literally does. So thank you for all of you who have done that. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.